We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
On today, Faithful Acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Glenwood, who I've not ever actually heard of before. Glenwood Jerky, I guess. I don't know who, I've never heard of them. We have the Honey Habanero Meat Stick. And let's see if we can take a little gander here at the old ingredients. One thing I will say I'm noticing a lot more is that habanero is really starting to move more towards the mainstream. This is habanero powder. So that's an interesting approach because certainly that was it was at one time the world's hottest pepper, the habanero, prior to the super hots coming in. And there's no actual address for Glenwood on this packaging, which is kind of interesting. But so I'm seeing a lot, way more habanero stuff than I think I have at any time in the past. So I think that the industry has sort of collectively dialed down, if you will, into the habaneros. And it makes a lot of sense because they're very available, they're very inexpensive for the most part, and you can definitely add, I think, a pretty noticeable amount of heat without sending normies into a panic. And so, to me, I don't consider this a bad thing at all because it potentially is bringing more people, more chili curious people into the fold, so to speak. So let's take a look at the stick. It looks like a ordinary meat stick. I got 3 of these. If I don't get a burn within 3 of them, then we'll just consider it a bust. But for now, let's get going. All right, this is kind of a brilliant idea where hot honey is definitely a thing. So this one is hitting both hot honey and a sort of habanero crowd. Yeah, I think people by and large think that habanero is a safer way to ramp up the heat as opposed to like a Reaper. Safer is the wrong word because there's no danger really to any of those. Assuming you don't have any underlying health issues, which would be a problem regardless. But the impression is that if they do get scorched a little bit, it won't be super long lasting or anything like that. The idea being they can handle habanero more so than a ghost or scorpion, and it's probably true. Flavor of these is really interesting. Not really any honey here to speak of. It's sort of a vague, generic, sort of meat stick flavor. Kind of like if you if you get a meat stick and it says original flavor or whatever, it's like that, only sweet. I like these. I don't know where Glenwood, is there a Glenwood in Colorado? It wouldn't surprise me. A lot of stuff I see in the chili world is coming from Colorado these days. So these were $1.50 a stick. And I'll say that's not a bad deal. They remind me a little bit of I think it's maybe Old Wisconsin or somebody. I see them in grocery stores all the time. They have a teriyaki flavor, and these are a little suggestive of that. But again, yeah, there's pineapple juice in here. Outside of soy sauce, and I do see sugar and, of course, the honey in here as well. Actually, do I see honey? Oh, yeah. So, outside of seeing soy sauce, it does have all the ingredients that you would normally associate with the teriyaki. Heat-wise, well, these were never going to be blazing. I will give them a default one. I'll have the third one. I don't think we're going to be able to push it up to a 1. But, you know, in terms of a spicy, sort of hotter beef stick, or meat stick rather, I think it's right there. You know, if you're buying these to go and drive, for instance, you probably want to be a little cautious about how hot you're getting, because the avenues for relief are probably going to be a bit more limited. There's a nice snap to these. Yeah, I don't have any problem with these. These are pretty solid. I've done a few meat sticks on the channel. For flavor, I put these closer to the top, I think. I'm wrapping up here. Heat, very much middle of the pack. Most of the time, the beef sticks don't get, the meat sticks rather, don't get super hot though. I just hit a pocket of grease here. That was not good. The dangers of meat sticks. Right here on the FOH video channel. Yeah, not bad. So flavor wise, again, oh man, that last bit was so greasy. Wow. I know grease and water are not going to mix, but still, ugh. Man, that was a pleasant, ugh. Yeah, man. All right. So aside from the hit of grease there. Yeah, default one. Taste is I mean, it's fine. It's up towards the top. I don't love these. To me, it's a bit pedestrian of a taste. But again, honey habanero, and the idea is not that these are going to be packed full of flavor to begin with. So it's fine. Very interesting. First time I've had Glenwood's. Definitely, I think there's somebody to keep an eye on, though, in case they come out with other cool stuff. And I will certainly be doing just that very thing. So, yeah, we'll just leave it right there. Definitely, I think these are going to be a very good gateway meat stick. So, if you are chili curious, this is a very smooth entry point. That if you like meat sticks, these would probably be worth a go. Just leave it right there. So that is the Glenwood Honey Habanero Meat Sticks. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.